Graham. If Conor loses to Khabib, how will that affect his legacy and future in the fight game? It will leave a little bit of a stain. It will, because this is greatness versus greatness. These are two great fighters fighting for a lot on the line. And they have this rivalry, which puts even more on the line. And if Conor loses after this whole rivalry and all this stuff that happened in Brooklyn, right? And him coming back and him holding the divisions for a while, having this hiatus, fighting Floyd, losing to Floyd, and then coming to lose another fight. And if he loses to Khabib, it's not going to be a close fight. Like I said before, it's going to be a bad loss. So it's going to make him look very human. It's going to affect his legacy, but he did win 2 belts. He did knock out some amazing fighters. He did beat amazing fighters. But this will be a stain. This will be a stain in his career. He'll look like just another champion. But a lot of people will criticize him a lot more than they do now. They're going to criticize him for the opportunities that he got, and that's the reason why he has his legacy, because he did get opportunities that a lot of fighters did not get. Fighting for 2 belts, fighting a higher division. Josie Aldo could have done that when Frankie was a champion. He was asking for it, but they never gave it to him because back in the day, super fights never used to happen. You need to be a super dominant champion, and just the fans really had to ask for it, like a GSP versus Anderson, and that didn't even happen. So back in those days, no one got the opportunity except BJ Penn when he fought GSP, but that was pretty much for lack of divisions, and the lightweight division was pretty shallow, and there wasn't a whole lot for BJ to fight down there, so he just went up. And he always asked to fight bigger guys. He wanted to fight heavyweight, and he did fight heavyweight pretty much, or open weight against Lyoto, but that was outside of the UFC. So that's going to be going on in Conor's career. A lot of criticism. There'll be supporters saying, yeah, he was so great because he did this, and then you're going to have a lot more fans going against him who are saying, yeah, because he got this opportunity and this happened, and his fight against Aldo was lucky, and you're going to see a lot of that too. So there's going to be a lot of fans turning his back on him. I think legacy-wise, he's still an amazing fighter. Maybe not one of the greatest, but a great fighter. And for his future, it has to be maybe Nate Diaz. Fight Nate Diaz. And if it's not going to be Nate Diaz, I don't see Conor fighting for anything less. I really don't. I don't see him fight Kevin Lee. I don't see him fight Tony without a belt. He could maybe want a rematch against Joseph Duffy. Maybe. If he wants to be more selfish about that. But nothing ordinary will please him. I don't think he wants to be back in the pecking order. I don't think he wants to be back in that kind of routine. So if it's not Nate Diaz, I think he might retire. Or at least a long hiatus until he sees something that interests him to come back to.